This is Jonathan St. James, and you're listening to The Truth is Still Straight podcast.
All right, folks. I know you see the t-shirt, but this is not Batman. This is Jonathan St. James, and this is the Truth is Still Straight podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Now, before I begin, you're so kind. You're so kind. Before I begin, excuse me. Let me give my booze of the week. I got to get that out the way. And my booze of the week goes out to two people, and that is Sister Millie from the West Coast and Tatiana Cruz, who has confessed to not watching last week. So they get the booze of the week. And Sister Millie from the West Coast gets a boo because she was too busy lollygagging to tune in. But on the real side, I'm sure they eventually watched or listened. With that being said, I would love to give a shout out to those who, oh, yeah, I forgot. One more boo goes to Dawn Lester, who did the same thing and didn't tune in. Okay, let's quiet that one down. All right, folks. So I do want to give a shout out to those who support the show regularly, and that is also Tatiana Cruz as well as Sister Millie from the West Coast. But let me give it in the order that I always give it, and that is Pedro Falcone, Tatiana Cruz, Lee Jones, Tessie, Sister Millie from the West Coast, V, Snotty, Reggie, Courtney, Claw, Darrell, Big G Galloway, Latoya, Shelia, Michael Thomas, Sam T, and Terrence Meir, as well as Tyrone Biggs. Thank you for your support. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get it on and popping. I don't usually say that, but I wanted to. Anyway, let's start the show. And today's topic is going to be. Oh yeah, let me before I even get into the video reaction. I wanted to talk about. I'm still getting some hate comments. I tend to not keep them when they're just pure hate. Got one from somebody other day talking about swagger jacking. But the truth is, if you actually tune into these shows, you know there's really no swagger jacking going on. As I've said before, I'm not doing any of these for clout. If you tune in regularly, you can see that it's not like I'm getting 10,000 viewers and stuff like that. This is actually for people who really want to watch and listen to the reactions and offer meaningful comments in the comment section, as well as dialogue in person or a phone call, whatever it is that you do to reach out to me. So that's really what it's for. I appreciate all those who tune in and all those who listen. And I don't really give too much credence to the haters because they'll always exist no matter what you do right. So to my haters, I will say thank you for hating. And also to my haters, the truth is you suffer from emotional damage. All right, get a life, move on. If you don't like the show, don't watch, please. I appreciate all the people who watch, whether it's 10, 100, 1,000, 2,000. I'm appreciative to everyone, and I thank you as always. With that being said, let's get this video rolling. This video, let me tell you when the date is from this. I always do that to myself. Oh, yeah. Somebody also asked, why do I play that Dolby sound in the beginning? And the reason why I do that, not that anyone notices, but if you notice in the past, for some reason, when I play the intro song, if I play it first before that Dolby sound, it tends to get distorted in the beginning and slows down. So I play that Dolby intro to sort of act as a buffer between that and the intro song. So that's why I do that. All right. Not that anyone really cared about that. But anyway, this episode of my reaction clip is going to be to Baddies and Ballers. I don't know why. Whoever wrote these for Kevin? I'm always curious if he wrote them himself. Baddies and Baller. And this is from July 27, 2021, which is almost a year ago, almost to the date. All right, so let's get in. Let's see what this lady's talking about. Didn't watch this before. I like to try to give natural reactions. So let's see how this goes down. But for sure, the couple of seconds that I saw, definitely.
This is a certified hood classic.
So let's get in, ripping and running into the video.
Oh, you got people in the background.
No, yeah, I'm going. And I didn't think you were gonna pick me.
How old are you?
You see me?
How old are you?
Stupid.
I am 32.
Whoa.
Okay, why am I picking you?
Why
You
did
asked me
you?
to pick. Yeah, you asked me to pick you. So why am I picking you?
Because I'm in the 32 age bracket. I'm single.
I mean, you got any kids?
I have an 11-year-old kid.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess like right now I'm like into my career.
Where'd you go to college?
Where? Oh, hell no. A four-year college. I have my bachelor's. William
What's the name
Patterson.
of Huh?
All right.
What's the name of the college?
William Patterson University.
William Patterson. I think that's in New Jersey. Patterson, I believe Patterson, New Jersey, I think. William Patterson. So she is definitely
This is a certified hood classic.
most likely from Patterson or somewhere near there, Passaic, something like that. She's really kind of got that rough vernacular to her, where she sounds like she's out in them streets there. Not in the streets like, she belongs to the streets kind of streets, but you know what I'm saying.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right, let's continue.
University.
Where'd you get your degree in?
Social work, but then I went into the business side in the hospital. I was making more money there, and I'm actually going to go for my master's in September.
I'm a PhD.
Okay.
Ooh,
So you don't want a man.
I'm glad you had your PhD. I mean, good for
You
you.
don't want to. So you don't want a man.
I honestly, whatever God has.
Nope.
My
No,
path,
God ain't got nothing to do with us. And
And you know what? I don't know why women say that all the time. They talk about God this and God that. But here's the thing. God can't do anything for you that you can't do for yourself. God can't make a guy want you, and God can't make you want a guy. If that was the case, everybody would pray for everything, and then they would get what they want all the time.
Oh my God.
But of course, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of people who pray for a man that never get one. And there's those who sometimes don't pray for a man and get a great one. And that's how the cookie crumbles. So, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to pray to God if that's what you believe in. But the reality of that is you have to prepare yourself for a relationship. God ain't just going to send you somebody. You're going to have to be relationship oriented in order to get the man that you want, not just praying. Praying doesn't manifest a man. You have to do things. What they say, faith and deeds, right? But let's continue.
our natural choices.
well, right now, no. I'm focused on making a better life for me and my son. I don't like.
And how old is your son?
How old is my son? He's 11.
35.
So in 7 years he'll be gone. He'll make his own life,
Yeah.
and you won't even be 40.
I made him that. I'm trying to make that best life for him. Like
No, in 7 years he's gone.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Nah, I doubt that.
Who told you that?
Yeah, it's very rare that guys leave out of the house at 18. Not to say it doesn't happen. And she looks like she could be Latina, perhaps Dominican. I'm not sure. And if she's Latina or Dominican or something like that, Some boys never leave the house. I mean, they do, but not right away. Kind of stick around for a while because in the Latino family, women are they definitely spoil them boys for sure. And if he's out of the house by 18, I'd be shocked. So she's definitely got this guy in the house, probably into her 40s. Probably into her 40s. Easy.
7 years. I don't
Yeah,
know what.
7 years, he'll be 18 years old. He'll be gone.
I mean, I didn't leave my parents' house at
Oh,
18.
so you want a son husband.
I'm
He needs
sorry.
his own. So he needs to be gone. He needs to go live his own life. See, when I hear women like you coming here talking
No,
this way,
he can go and live his own life, but I don't know
time
what's
out,
gonna
time
happen
out, time
in
out,
7
time
There
years.
out,
she
time
go.
out, time out. I hear women like you come in here and talking, I'm going to go this and this, da, 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 and I'm focusing on my career. Great. That sounds real good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then after your son has got his own life and you're 40, then what?
I'm gonna be a good-looking year old, 40-year-old.
What does that mean?
Smell cap.
That's what women think. And you know what's interesting? I see a lot of these women outside in the world, and they're very now, don't get me wrong, some women do age wonderfully, wonderfully. But here's the thing: you're still aging, still gonna be 40. And the one thing you're gonna have to do at 40 years old and above is you're gonna have to go down in the quality of man that you're interested in. Because either this guy's going to be a big old wimp or he's not going to really be interested in what you have to offer. Set a better life for yourself and your son. But here's the truth that Kevin kind of says here. Your son should be out in a few years. How does this life make it better for him? Actually, it's making it better for yourself, but it's making it worse for a relationship because if your child is there beyond 18, it's very rare that men get along with grown men as kids. So you'd really be looking for a specific one type of person that doesn't have the characteristic that doesn't have the same characteristic that you want. That would be in a lot of men that would be available. I mean, plain and simple.
So I don't know. We'll see when I get 40. I'm
This
not.
is what I mean. This is what I mean. Short-term thinking. They'll tell you about
Die alone.
college and careers and all this, but then all that matters is I'm good looking.
Mhm.
Good looking to what end? I'm not trying to be funny, man, but
I'm
but here's a funny thing. This sounds very it's like you're just talking. It sounds good to talk to a lot of women.
What you talking
All I hear
about?
Say that again.
What you talking about?
For sure.
is same BS I hear from most women.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid's gonna be 18 in 7 years. You say I'm trying to make a better life for him. He's 11 years old. Why didn't you and his dad get married? Just curious.
I can't believe you just did that.
Why didn't you and his father get married?
Oh, we've been over first a couple. He was my high school sweetheart.
That's not the question.
Okay.
Thinking.
Okay. Do you think it would have been a better life? You said you want to make a good life for your son, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been a good life for your son if you'd have married and been with his father?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You think it would have been a good life for your son if you would have married and been with his father?
Nah, B.
Why?
Just we have two different way of thinking, like two different way of thinking. That's it. It was a young love.
Okay, then why
What does that mean?
make the baby?
Yeah.
I was 21. I was 20.
That can't be the excuse all the time. I
Mm.
mean, that can't be the reason.
That's my
Stupid.
Okay, well, okay. I'm just telling you, men tire of hearing women always talk about you're so young. You're not young. You weren't 14. You knew unprotected sex led to kids. So here's the question. Is there ever a point in your life where you envision wanting to have a relationship with a man of any kind of consequence or significance?
right now. No.
Is there ever a point in life where you can envision wanting to have a relationship with a man of any consequence or significance?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
At what age do you think that will happen?
Honestly, right now, that's maybe
At
what
what
she,
age? At what age do you think? Ballpark.
maybe 35.
That's 4 years away, man. See?
If I'm
Stop right
thinking,
here. Stop. Listen. See,
Oh, these ladies drive me crazy with these phones. Come on, this is very affordable. Please invest in one. Please.
you came in talking about college and this and that and career and da da da. And whenever guys and so forth, and when somebody finally makes you stop and just have an adult conversation based upon the things, you're talking about maybe about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
4 years from now, right in the middle of your career, how are you going to be preparing yourself to have that relationship in 4 years?
I'm fighting for my life.
God,
Not. She's
I'm just
not.
gonna have to look. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to
uh-huh.
look.
Yeah. See,
Right.
that's the problem, really, because what happens is a lot of, and this is very sad that parents have really failed their children on the man and the woman's side. We're ill-equipped to find love, or rather a husband or a wife. We're ill-equipped for that, unfortunately. And we end up in bad situations because we don't know how to pick. We don't know how to find what's ideal for us. And then a lot of parents tell their women, their girls, go to school, be independent, take care of yourself. And of course, that doesn't really help in the long term when it comes to relationships. It may help the individual person, but when the time for the person to find a relationship and get married and have a family, it doesn't, because they're independent. They want to have the same type of freedom they had there before they met the guy. And it's very much of a conflict when you meet someone that's trying to build that and you're not that person. So if a man is of any well repute, then if he's meeting a woman, it's very hard for him to want to settle down with somebody who wants to kind of be the same way as the man. And that's what a lot of these women who claim they're independent, they're very on the level of being a guy. And there's a fight for control many times. And a lot of times you'll see these independent women, they'll be with emasculated men or men that can sort of kind of get over on. In the world of in the worlds of relationships, we call that kind of guy beta, right? Beta. It's a beta male. And that doesn't really help. It doesn't help out there when you're beta. Doesn't really help because you're unhappy, and the woman tends to be unhappy because she doesn't really want that kind of guy, but she sort of settles upon him because that's what's available and interested in getting into her program and her not getting into his. True story.
women don't. Women don't.
I'm not thinking of a relationship. That's the thing.
That's the That's the
That's
problem.
what he said earlier.
That's the problem. You guys don't think about relationships, and then until you're too old, and then you expect them to just happen. Do you plan on making enough money to cover 2 salaries?
I'm gonna make enough money, for myself and my son.
Okay,
Absolutely.
no, ma'am, not your son. Your son will be gone in 7 years. I'm trying to be respectful. Keep your son out of it. He'll be a, ma'am. I'm talking about you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do you expect to make over $85,000 a year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
9%. 9% of women in this country earn that amount of money, and the degree path you're talking about is not one of them.
No, my company pays really good.
Uh-huh. Social work?
No, I'm not in social work at all. I'm not in that. I'm in the business side in the hospital, in finance.
Okay. And what's your
And
job title? I mean, I missed your job title. What's your title?
Yeah.
A billing analyst at the hospital.
Okay, a billing analyst, like in the credit department?
And in the insurance department.
Okay.
I see my sister.
So I mean, I'm only asking how you plan on taking care of your life after your son is grown, because because he's not going to be there forever.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be able to take care of my own self. That's the main thing. I don't need
Right.
a man.
The average billing analyst for hospitals make about $56,000 a year. On the high side, $68,000. That's not enough money to take care of yourself.
And when you get promoted as management,
Right. Yeah. You're already 31.
okay.
You got to get it. You got to get your degree and get moved up. There's only one job. The average salary, 56 to 68. That's not enough. That's not enough to have the 2 point. See, this is what I mean, folks. Women are just talking. No offense, man. Really, no offense, but y'all.
And that's true. I just want to stop it there. You know, a lot of people, they tend to not focus on end of life. End of life meaning when they're elderly, when they're old, what it's going to take to survive at that time in your life. How will you focus? How will you be able to financially take care of yourself once you're of retirement age and maybe you cannot work anymore? There's your job offer after retirement care, health insurance. What do they offer? They may offer retirement. Most companies do offer retirement funds such as 401k, maybe pensions, and you may get, I'm not sure about the health benefits. A lot of companies don't offer health benefits after you leave their company, so you'd have to rely on some sort of Medicare or something like that. So it's a good point. I'm not sure most these ladies who are in these fields where they don't get those type of benefits upon retirement understand what he's saying. It's very difficult. Most people don't understand it in general, so I'm not shocked.
You're so short term in the moment, and every time I ask you something serious, you divert to your son. Your son is a human being. He's going to have his own life. If you're not prioritizing a relationship, you don't think a man's important, okay, fine. Then how do you plan on getting to the end of life making roughly $63,000 a year? That's what billing analysts for hospitals make.
Oh, that's not where I'm stopping. That's not where I'm stopping.
No one ever plans to stop there, man, but everybody can't be a manager.
That's true.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
There's open opportunities for me. Like,
Guys, I want all the women to understand, my critics. Listen to the logic I'm trying to speak to this woman, and all she wants to hear is, I can have whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. No, ma'am. Life has consequences and choices. There are limitations. You're 31 years old. The job you want, other people want. Only one person gets that job. They're limited. They're finite. And you don't even, if I believe.
I get him. Should I get him?
The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level?
Believe the school you went to, that's not an Ivy League school. That's not a high-ranked school.
no. It's
Okay, so you got a degree in social work and you work as a billing analyst. Great. You're doing middle-class work. Stop making it sound like this is this great career. It's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
Thank you. Thank you. You said focusing on my career. It's a job.
Yeah,
it's not a career.
Expanding it. I have room to expand it.
Ma'am, you can't change a job into a career. It's a job.
By being a manager.
And
That's true. I mean, if I get a promotion on my job, if I'm not CEO or something like that, I still got a job. It's true.
Folks to understand this is what's been done to the Western woman and Black women in particular, to be thinking that they got to do it all. All I hear is fear. A man bad. I can't say I need a man. If I have to admit I need another salary, if I need to admit that, like every other woman in this world or other races, that you need two people in the family, I got to do it stand alone. That's why she keeps going back to her son, because that's the noble cause. But that boy has his own life. He's going to be gone. You don't need to be worried about trying to be your everything at 40 years old because you didn't plan a life.
I'm happy. I'm not desperate for no.
Of course.
She says she's happy, not desperate. Off topic, ladies who's watching this, can you tell me if this is her?
You gotta bob and weave, bob and use your weave.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with her hair. Is that extra stuff or is that her stuff? If anybody can tell by watching this, let me know, whether it's in the comment section or if you know me personally, send me a text or something. I'm just trying to figure out what's her action. Not that that has to do with the conversation here. It was just kind of bugging me a little bit. But it's interesting, going back to what she said. She said she's glad she's not desperate for a man. And he never said anything about desperation. So it's very weird that a lot of these women, it's the same talking points. Well, I don't need a man. I'll be all right. I'm good, or something like that.
Oh, no, he didn't. Miss Peaches?
All right.
See, and think, and that's it. And instead of just saying, damn, you're right, it's like, well, I got to keep my pride. I got to keep my face. I'm happy I'm not desperate. You're foolish. You're foolish is what you are. You're foolish. And that's the problem.
She is joking, but she's from the Bronx, so is she?
Yeah. So it looks like that's the end of the video there. So it's going to be the end of the video for me. So let's bring it back. Okay, folks. So moral of the story, yeah, no one should be desperate for anything, but relationship, if you wanted to have a family, especially if you had kids, that should have been the first desire, to have a meaningful relationship. And then, but you know what? Let me hold it for the braces. It is braces time, because it is about that time to end this show. So bring it to the braces. Relationship braces. Bringing hearts together, one heart at a time. 32-year-old woman in New Jersey who thinks she's going to snap into a relationship at almost 40. What is it that I can possibly tell you to do different things? Okay, here are the braces. So for you, 32-year-old woman that works in somewhere, not sure, but I'm going to tell you this. There's nothing wrong in saying you're not desperate. I applaud you for that. As a matter of fact, I applaud you. Okay, let me stop that. But here's the thing. You shouldn't act in desperation, but you should act in urgency. Urgency because you want to invest in yourself now. The longer it takes for you, the harder it becomes to have someone invest in you the way you want them to. So if you wait till you're 40, who knows what you're looking like 40. And when you're available and older in life, you tend to end up with results that are not ideal, meaning men that are not ideal for what you need, and mostly what you're looking for, because that's really what it boils down to. A lot of people don't focus on their needs, they focus on their wants. Oh my. So this is a long braces, but I hope you heard what I said. And those are the braces for today. All right, folks, it's about that time to end the show. This is Jonathan St. James. Before I get off, let me just wish a happy birthday to all the people who, even though Jasmine is not listening, never watches, but I wish her a happy birthday, along with Rhonda Bonilla and my girl, my ace, LaToya. I wish you all the happiest of birthdays. And this is Jonathan St. James with the Truth is Still Straight podcast. And I am out.